treating that with the respect it deserves.
With the 1.18 update going live earlier on this week, we saw a handful of new content and features come to the game, alongside the standard gameplay changes that are normally associated with our title updates. And while the 1.18 patch in specific was definitely not the most extreme update in the way of weapon tuning and various buffs and nerfs of that nature, there were a few minor changes made within the patch that made some pretty significant differences in game. So today we're jumping back into Black Ops 4 to take a look at 4 setups you need to use after the 1.18 update. What's up guys, Zacher Immortal here, welcome back to the channel and thanks for stopping by. If you are new here and you want to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 4 related, and you just so happen to be a part of the 67% of viewers who are not subscribed to the channel, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications, that way you'll always know when I upload a new video. And of course, if you guys enjoy this one, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it is much appreciated. And now let's get into the 4 best class setups you need to use after the 1.18 title update here in BO4. Now our first setup for today's video, unfortunately, is going to be one that is not universally accessible, and that's because it is built around the S6 Stingray tactical rifle, which of course is a brand new DLC weapon that is only available in the reserves. Now, out of the new batch of weapons we got with the Days of Summer event, the S6 Stingray is one of 4, accompanied by the Peacekeeper, the Locust, and also the Ballistic Knife. And it's also the only one of the 4 that I was actually able to unlock through a random reserve case. So unfortunately, you may not have access to the weapon right now, but if you got lucky and you did unlock it, you absolutely need to take advantage of this setup while you can, because it is without a doubt going to be nerfed here in the very near future. Now, when I first started using the Stingray, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was absolutely garbage. It functions incredibly differently from every other single weapon in all of Black Ops 4, because unlike most other weapons, the Stingray shoots projectiles and not regular bullets, meaning there's actually a bullet lead and essentially a bullet travel time that you have to account for when aiming. With any regular weapon, you can just end up placing your sights on an enemy that's, for instance, strafing right. And if you're on their chest with your sight, you're going to hit them in the chest when you shoot. With this gun though, you have to aim a little bit in front of them if you plan on hitting them, which can definitely take some getting used to. Now, the key to this setup is actually unlocked at the max weapon level, that being level 15, where you end up unlocking the Impact Blast Operator mod, which turns the regular projectiles into explosive projectiles, and it is absolutely hands down the most overpowered operator mod in the entire game. If you guys caught yesterday's video where I actually used the Impact Blast mod in a few live matches, you saw how absolutely destructive this attachment really is. And alongside the operator mod itself, I also like to run stock and rapid fire as my 2 attachments, but depending on your playstyle, rapid fire isn't necessarily mandatory. But if you do like rushing around, it can definitely come in handy if you do run into a larger group of enemies. To round out this class setup in particular, I also like to run Stim Shot, Scavenger, Gung Ho, and Dead Silence, and of course I also have to have the operator mod wildcard on there as well. Now, like I said, unfortunately, this weapon is not available to everyone right now, but if you do have it, I would highly encourage you level it up and try out the operator mod, because I really don't think it's going to stay like this for very long. As of right now, pretty much the only counter to it is Flak Jacket, and even then this weapon is still pretty unstoppable if you ask me. Moving on, the second class setup you guys need to use after the 1.18 update is going to be based around the Cordite SMG. Now, the Cordite has been a pretty solid weapon for a while now, if you ask me. Personally, I would say it's up there as my favorite SMG, right alongside the Daemon and the SOG. But what's really great about this weapon is its ammo capacity, and with the 1.18 title update, Treyarch actually increased the starting ammo capacity from 3 magazines up to 4 magazines on the MX9, the GKS, the SOG, and also the Cordite. And alongside that, all SMGs, of course the Cordite included, now have increased bullet penetration through player characters thanks to the 1.18 patch as well. So the Cordite did get a slight buff with this update, making it even more lethal in certain situations. Now, for the longest time, I was strictly using the belt feed operator mod on my Cordite, which I would say was going well, but then I tried to set up without the belt feed mod, and honestly, I think it might be even better. This setup consists of 4 attachments, that being extended mags to enhance the spray and pray meta even more, grip to help control that recoil, rapid fire to shred up close, and of course long barrel to extend the range a little bit. And, well, as you guys can see in the gameplay, I kind of pop off using this setup. This was actually my first game of the day when I jumped on to start getting these gameplays for this video. I think I ended up going 74-1 and dropping a nuclear in this gameplay, so I really think the setup speaks for itself there. On the real though, when you use all 4 of these attachments in unison, you have yourself an extremely powerful SMG at multiple ranges. And also to round out this class, I have Stim Shot, Scavenger, and Gung Ho, alongside 2 primary gunfighter cards that allow me to use all of those attachments. Next up, the third class that is an absolute phenom after the 1.18 update is going to be based around the KN57 assault rifle. Now, the KN in particular was not adjusted specifically in the 1.18 patch, but the ARs did also get that player penetration buff that the submachine guns got as well, so all assault rifles, the KN included, did receive a slight buff there. For a while now, I have been saying that the KN might just be the biggest sleeper weapon in all of Black Ops 4, as most people would probably turn to the ICR for its recoil control, or the Rampart for its ability to do some insane damage over the KN57, but in all actuality, I think the KN57 might be my favorite weapon in the entire game, just because it is so versatile. Now, I am somewhat torn when using the weapon regarding whether or not I want to run rapid fire on it, as up close and even in those medium range engagements, rapid fire can be that deciding factor in whether you win or lose a gunfight, but as of right now I am currently rocking Elo Sight, Hybrid Mag, Grip, and Stock on my KN, and I'm finding all sorts of success with that setup. Elo Sight is just kind of a personal preference there. The iron sights on the stock KN57 itself are certainly usable, but in those longer fights they can be kind of obtrusive, whereas the Elo Sight is very clean all around. Hybrid Mag not only gives you extra ammo in a magazine, but you also reload faster, so that's a win-win there. Grip, of course, minimizes the recoil, and Stock for my playstyle is a must, as strafing while ADS'd is a huge benefit to keeping your aim on target. This setup is also rounded out with Stim Shot, Scavenger, Gung Ho, and also Dead Silence, alongside 1 primary gunfighter wildcard. And then finally, the fourth setup that is incredibly good post 1.18 update is that of the Daemon loaded up with attachments. Now, the Daemon has the capability to have High Caliber 1 and High Caliber 2 equipped on it, which ends up offering increased headshot damage and also increased upper body damage. And if your accuracy is on point, High Cal 1 and High Cal 2 on this gun give you the chance to eliminate enemies extremely quickly. On top of High Cal 1 and 2, I also like to use an Elo sight because really I'm not a big fan of the Daemon's iron sights whatsoever, and I also like to rock Hybrid Mag and Rapid Fire. So in total, we've got 5 attachments on this setup that really turn the weapon into an all-out beast. Hybrid Mag follows the same role as it does on the KN57, more ammo, quicker reload, that's a huge benefit there, and Rapid Fire on this thing allows you to spam it up close and completely shred anybody in your sights. Unfortunately, with more attachments on this setup, we do have some drawbacks in other areas of the class, so I end up running no gear whatsoever on this setup, but I do still rock Scavenger and Gung Ho for perks, alongside 2 primary gunfighter wildcards. Now, of course, these are not going to be the only class setups out there right now that'll have you atop the leaderboards every game, but as of right now, these 4 setups are definitely my go-tos, and I found them all to be pretty consistent over the past few days while playing. Per usual, the weapons like the Rampart, the ICR, the SOG, the ABR, those are all going to be your standard run-of-the-mill weapons that'll always perform well, but after our newest updates, these 4 setups have really stood out to me, and as you guys can see throughout the various gameplays today, they all work out pretty well in my case. And with that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. Definitely drop me a comment down below letting me know what your favorite class setup is in the game right now. And for you guys who do watch all the way to the end of these videos, first off, I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. Secondly, I just want to say briefly that this upcoming week is going to be a very, very big one. Of course, E3 is taking place this week, and we're going to get even more information revealed about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And also, coming up tomorrow, I have a secret little announcement to share with you guys that I am personally beyond excited about. Anyways, of course, if you guys found the video helpful or if you just enjoyed it, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And lastly, if you are new here to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty related, ranging from news to leaks to updates and everything else in between, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.